Welcome to Empowering the Next Generation podcast. I am Helen Veru. This podcast is dedicated to help anyone connected to preteens and teens to give them tools, empower and inspire teachers, high school senior leaders, and parents to build the future leaders of tomorrow. We discuss about controversial and relevant topics related to the world of education, the main problems you are facing, and solutions to help you navigate your journey. We want to make a positive change in education by bringing on experts that will give you a different perspective on how you can solve the hardship you are facing today. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Empowering the Next Generation podcast with Coach Helen. I'm so glad that you're here, you're joining, you're listening. Make sure that you actually leave your comment at the end of the video because we want to have interactive discussions. This is the podcast when we are igniting, developing leaders, and as well creating meaningful connections. We want really to help you get real problems, real solutions, and real impact. So today we have an amazing guest speaker. I've known this man for, I would say, 16 years. It's a long time. And today he's part of my podcast. And I want to introduce you about Julien Brunoir. So who is Julien? Julien has been in education for more than 15 years. He has dedicated himself to elevating the educational experience of educators and students in many schools, mentoring, and eventually leading a team towards national recognition. As an educational coach, he also specializes in cultural adaptability and inclusivity, helping those from global majority heritage to excel. So we're gonna welcome Julien. Can you come, Julien, on stage to introduce yourself, to say hi to everybody? So welcome, Julien.
Hello everyone. Hello, Ellen, and thank you for
Thank
having me here today. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you so much. I know that you're really busy and you dedicated your time to be here with us. So I know that I've known you for so long, Julian. You are from my
That's
home
right.
country, Martinique. I want
Yeah.
it to be really authentic,
Yeah.
real emotions, like, and see how you've grown, how we met 16 years ago. We were really
Right.
young at the time,
Very,
definitely. And
very,
then
yeah.
in there. So
Yeah.
let's dive into the topic.
Sure.
We want to talk about maximizing learning experience by building genuine connections. I think it's something that is paramount in the world of education, especially you having been an educator and educational coach as well for so long. I would like you obviously to share about the topic. So before we dive into the topic, just share a little bit with the audience. What led you to start your journey in education?
Well, I have to say, it started in my family. I come from a very large family, and I was one of the eldest, the oldest cousins, and I used to be the one who mentors my younger cousins and also nephews. So that's where it started, really, the love. And then I always wanted to impart some knowledge and help my youngsters grow and see the world with a different perspective and different eyes.
Yeah, I love that. Me too. I would say that as when I started my journey, I didn't really want it to be a teacher. I didn't know what I wanted to be a teacher, but I guess it's different with everybody. So all of that obviously led you to really understand that you are in the people business. So what does it mean really to be in the people business, and how does really this perspective influence the way you approach educational coaching as a leader?
That's right. That's right. I'm very, like you said, in the presentation earlier, I'm very passionate about it because I believe that we live in the world, and education is a world within, a bigger world. And we we deal with young people. And the reason why I say we are in the people business, it means that education, it signifies that education is fundamentally about building, forging, and nurturing genuine connections.
Mm,
Beyond the academic aspect, it's about really inspiring. It's about enhancing the lives of young people. It's about elevating them and as a result, empowering them, giving them the skills and the emotional intelligence they need
mm. I
to
like that.
navigate this world.
I like that. And in your experience, how do genuine human connection within the educational sector impact teaching effectiveness and student outcomes? How would you actually define that?
Well, usually when I tell people about genuine human connection, how to forge it, how to form it, I always talk about the three A's. So the
Mm,
first one is attention.
mm,
What do everybody want, or what do young people need? Attention. So they need us to be able to see, to witness who they are and what they're bringing. So young people, what they want is to be seen, to be
mm,
heard, and to be understood. So
yeah.
that's the first one. The second one is appreciation. Is to appreciate the work they do, is to appreciate them as a young being who comes with potential, who comes with inner talent, who comes with a personality that will help them,
Mm,
thrive and become the authentic leader they will be later on in life. And the
mm,
third one is affection. And I use this word carefully because in education, you have to be professional. And this affection is not
like
what
the
people
touchy
might think.
feeling. It's not about
Exactly.
like
It's not
physical
about that.
touch. No.
Exactly. This affection is understanding that every single one of these young people in the classroom have a heart, which means have emotions.
Mm,
And it's important to tap into this and to understand that this is their fuel by showing them that you recognize them, by showing them that you appreciate them, by showing them that you, as an adult, as an instructor, as a mentor, as a guide, you provide them with those basic needs that will help them be inspired and empowered for the world.
yeah, I hear you, Julian. I hear you. I've been educated for more than 15 years, but I believe it's hard sometimes when a teacher or someone who is in the world of education, when they are not aligned with themselves, they don't want to be there. They don't want to be in the classroom.
Mhm.
They chose the path because of their comfort zone, because they've been there for so many years. So the passion is gone, the system wear them out. This is the thing that
Mm,
we are dealing with right now
that's right.
with educators. Yes, when they started, when they like their career, they've always been into the people. They always started with the right heart, the right motives, but
Mhm.
along the way, all of that phased down because they realize that they are not themselves valued as
That's right.
educators. They are not themselves being empowered, being inspired, because it's all come with the leadership. Everything
Exactly.
starts with the leadership. So
It
this is
does.
why I believe as well, like I love what you're saying in terms of about the three A's, and this is impactful. But I
Mhm.
believe as well that we need to see the other side of the coin with when you have leaders who are not really fostering that environment for you to actually be in that right mindset, that right frame of mind. When we
Mhm.
talk about healthy well-being, it's really hard. What do you think?
Oh, totally. I totally agree with you. It starts from the top. And again, leaders create leaders. And
Yes.
it's important, again, what you just said resonated a lot with me because it's all start with the why. And
Mm,
the why has to be communicated by the school, by the leadership team. They have to be sure that their vision permeates through their actions. So I always say that to never underestimate the power of intentions, but also to be sure to never underestimate the power of taking action.
Mm,
That's very, very important. We have intentions, and that's why we see a lot of
mm.
schools have good intentions, but they
Yes,
don't know how to translate this into actions. And it's
that's it.
important, very important to work with your team because the teachers are the one who serve. And their leaders have to be there for the people who serve
Hmm.
the community, who are making an impact. So
Mm,
I totally agree with you. It comes from the top, and leaders and teachers have to come together and,
yes.
bring the vision forward.
Yeah, I think it's important that now is very a critical season where we need to start igniting people in this
Mm,
community. We need to start empowering people, and it's the system has always been there for years. Now is what we add extra to make it
mm,
better.
that,
So what strategy do you recommend to educators, okay, to really foster more meaningful connection with their students and among themselves?
and among themselves, it's again, I would say, well, communication, effective communication.
Mm,
And by this, I don't mean to go and talk to people, which is good.
mm.
But what I mean by that is to listen,
Nah,
just to
that's
just the,
difficult.
the basics. And the most powerful, it's to listen.
Yes.
Listen because everyone through their communication, through their words, through their actions, through their demeanor will communicate their values.
Mm. Yeah.
They will communicate, their personality, who they are as a
Mm.
person, but also they will communicate their needs. And
Yes.
every single one of us have needs. And when
Yes.
those needs are unmet, it creates chaos.
Chaos, definitely. And especially depending on the background where you come from, the students come from, the teacher come from. Some of them didn't have the right structure, family
Mm,
home structure. So it comes with a lot of, I would say, understanding of the person that you're dealing with. And I would add to what you're saying as well, empathy. Empathy is very important because most of the time when some we listen to people, we listen to speak. We don't listen to really pause and hear them out. And it comes with a lot of healing. It comes with
it
a lot of
does.
growth. It
It
comes with a
does.
lot of maturity because
Mm,
and patience because when you
patient.
are dealing in the classroom with students who come from different backgrounds and who are as well trying to find their way. If you don't have patience, you snap easily. You
That's right.
don't understand their point of view. And I love the 7 habits of highly effective teens when they talk, or even people from Stephen Covey, and it talks about seeking first to understand, then being understood.
Mm,
So it's something that we have to practice as adults as well.
that's right. That's right. And if I can add to this,
Of course.
is like you said earlier, the environment, which is very important. And
Mm,
if we take the analogy of the farmer will never, just throw its seeds or start, will never harvest if the land has not been plowed or
mm,
he hasn't tilled the soil. You need, and it's very important to um, pay attention to the foundation. Or
yes.
even, take the analogy of a house as well. If the foundation is fragile, the house will not stand for long.
Yes.
And it's the same in education, the foundation. So leaders and teachers have to work hand in hand now. I believe it's the
Definitely.
time. The time is
Definitely.
crucial.
I totally agree with you. And how can educators maintain and strengthen genuine human connection when facing the challenges of digitalization and virtual learning environments? That's another topic that is
It
really,
is.
really interesting. So can you say about that, Julian?
Well, I would start by saying to educators, to schools,
Mm,
technology is not your enemy. That's all I will have to start with this. Human
yes.
being, we have decided to go that path of evolution, of
Yes.
change, of
Mhm.
creating technology, not to make our life miserable or harder, but to make it easier. And
Mm,
digital tools can be used, I believe, to tailor the learning of young people. So if it's
Yes.
used properly, but used confidently, but also not demonized, but explained to young
Mm,
people the power that lays in those tools and how this can benefit them, they will know and understand again how to use them for their, for their development and their success later on. So
mm,
please do not demonize technology. Everything can have two sides, you know,
yes.
everything in this
Mm,
life.
mm,
This pen can have two different, use or many
yes.
different uses, but
Mm,
we use it to write down our thoughts, to write
yes.
down, very important and uplifting, empowering words. It will go a long way. So let's use digital tools. Let's talk about it. Let's put it out there because it's the future and it's there to
Yes.
stay. It is there
Yes, it is there to stay.
to.
Definitely.
So,
And I would add to what you're saying is really teaching young people the boundaries of technology. If you don't teach them the boundaries, they will misuse it. And when my
mm,
mentor used to say that if the purpose of the thing is not known, abuse is inevitable. So if you don't know the purpose of something, you
mhm,
will abuse it, and they need to know that technology is supposed to enhance their life. And what we're dealing with as well is that adults themselves don't have even boundaries with
mhm.
technology, with their
Yeah,
phone. So we are
that's
not
right.
really showing them how to use it responsibly. And I
Mhm,
think if they use it in the classroom, they use it in school, we need to tell them you can use it, but the boundaries are important, so they don't feel without it, because
that's right.
they are the generation they are building the future, they are
Mhm,
the future leaders of tomorrow, and they're
yeah,
building a virtual world, and that's what I want people, leaders and teachers, to understand that you cannot remove that part from them. I love that what you said when you talked about that. So obviously this is the last part. I'm gonna ask you, Julien. So
right, no
what can you say to a parent, a teacher, or a senior leader who wants to ignite their high school community? What is your last word to them?
Well, the last word, I will use three: attention,
Okay.
appreciation, and affection. That's why I will say to it works with everything. Pay attention to your school community, pay attention to your child, give appreciation to all your staff, appreciate what your child brings in as a unique, authentic person, and
Mm,
affection, you know, give back the love. We need more love in the education system now. We need more love because
yes,
that's
we
what
need more.
heals. It
Yes.
heals and makes
Mm-hmm.
the experience seamless. It makes it
Definitely.
exceptional.
I
So
love it.
just
Love on
attention,
them. Love
appreciation,
on them.
love on them.
Love
Exactly.
on them.
And
Love
yeah.
on them. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening to Empowering the Next Generation podcast. And thank you, Gillian, for being here with us.
Thank you, Ellen. I appreciate that. And keep doing the great work you're doing. I really love it.
Thank you. Thank you for listening to this episode, and make sure you connect with us on Instagram at The Case for Success. Check also my Linktree and become an affiliate of the Success Guide for Teens Academy, a program that will empower your school community as a parent, teacher, and high school senior leader. Do not hesitate to reach out, comment, and share. Until then, see you in the next episodes.